It's time to shine. Hey, check it out, man. Back at it again, another reaction video. Y'all got on my ass in the comments about me skipping over in the video. Bro, I didn't want to rewind and give y'all a fake ass, oh shit, oh my, like I already watched all that. I was reacting to it already, but I was having technical difficulties, so it was too glitchy. But we have how good was Larry Bird actually. But let's get straight to this video though. I ain't gonna talk too much.
Larry Bird was one of the best players to ever touch a basketball, and together with Magic Johnson, the biggest NBA star of the 80s. What made him so successful considering he was quite unathletic? And how would he fare in today's NBA? Did he win just because his teams were loaded? And where does he stand among the best shooters of all time? Watch the rest of the video to find out.
Let's see.
A hick from French Lick. Bird was born into a poor family in French Lick, Indiana, a town of 2,000 inhabitants.
Born in Indiana? Was the Indiana, he became the owner of the Pacers, right? Or some shit like that. GM or owner of Pacers, right? Born in, okay, it makes sense now.
Larry grew up a shy, introverted kid who didn't talk much. And he did most of...
So, he didn't talk much, then he grew up just talking big shit when he got to the NBA. He was, if later on in this video they say that he got made fun of as a kid or had a rough childhood, he was busting dude's ass. That was his way of saying this is for that dude in 6th grade who was messing with me for no reason. I'm convinced right now, but let's keep going. My bad, I'm pausing it early.
He grew up to 6'9" and played at small forward. But with his understanding of basketball, he could play whatever position he wanted. Larry finished his high school career as the best scorer in school.
Where the black guys at?
And he could choose where he wanted to go to college. He started playing for Bobby Knight at Indiana University.
Okay.
He didn't like the spotlight and being around so many people. He then settled at Indiana State University, where the pressure was much less than with the Hoosiers. Larry averaged 30.3 points, 13.3 rebounds, and 4.6 assists in college. The Sycamores were invincible in Bird's senior year and became the #1 team in the country with a 30
points?
Their only loss came in the 1979 NCAA Finals, where they played against Michigan State, led by senior guard Urban Johnson. Despite 19 points from Bird, Magic and his teammates celebrated the title in what was the most watched college basketball game in history at the time. Bird was named the Collegiate Player of the Year.
Damn, Magic, like he been winning since he was a little, you know, he won in the NBA, he won in college, like he been winning. This ain't nothing new to him.
Here, leaving Indiana State as the 5th ranked NCAA scorer of all time. He was already drafted, as the Boston Celtics selected him in the NBA draft in 1978, hoping that Bird, qualified for the NBA as a junior, would skip his senior year. He opted to stay in Indiana, and when he finally arrived in Boston, the Celtics looked nothing like their championship selves, with consecutive losing seasons.
Damn.
Bird then single-handedly caused the biggest turnaround ever seen in the NBA at the time. Boston improved their record from the season before by 32 wins.
Okay.
And finished with 61 wins and 21 losses. Although his arch-rival Magic Johnson had an impressive season and won the title with the Lakers, Bird was named the Rookie of the Year with the average of 21.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. He also made the All-Star team and first-team All-NBA.
As a rookie, though.
He finished 4th in the MVP voting and proved he could transform a mediocre team into a great one, all by himself. A new green dynasty. After Bird's rookie year, the Celtics had a busy offseason. Legendary Red Auerbach worked his magic and brought 2 new faces to Boston that would form one of the biggest dynasties in NBA history. Auerbach robbed Golden State by sending them the 1st and 13th pick in the 1980 draft in exchange for center Robert Parrish and the 3rd pick, which became Kevin McHale. Along with the newly formed Big Three, the Celtics also had an all-star point guard, Nate Tiny Archibald.
I said this in my last reaction, I like the old school shit right here. This shit look clean, bro. I fuck with this.
Young and athletic forward Cedric Maxwell, and a few well-integrated role players that made the team complete.
That looked too easy.
Was, of course, Larry Bird, who was 2nd in MVP voting.
All the white boys got this. And when I say white boys, y'all, I'm not saying it as like, I shouldn't even have to explain myself. Y'all know what I'm saying. Every hooper knows, bro. That white boy Cole, you just always refer to them as that. Even Larry Bird, you know, he know about that. But I'm seeing, y'all know the dude on Florida, I don't know his name. The dude on Florida right now, the college team, bro. He got this, all the white boys got all the Cole, bro. All the raw ass white boys got that haircut, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's something in the air. It started with Larry Bird.
Snake was, of course, Larry Bird, who was second in
Hella
MVP
freckles on
voting,
his face.
en route to a league-leading 62-20 record. The Celtics avenged the loss to the Sixers from
Julius
the previous
Erving,
year.
I was just talking
After
about
a
him.
tough 7-game series in the Eastern Finals, they were in the NBA Finals once again. There they would be met by the Houston Rockets, led by prime Moses Malone, who was arguably the best center in the league at the time. Malone averaged 23 and 16 in the series, but the Celtics were too good of a team and would win the title with 4
All right, guys.
and 16 in the series, but the Celtics were too.
It's not defense. I get it when you get someone on a pump fake, they jump. Oh, they're at your mercy. But this shit right here,
Good of a team and would win the title with 4 games to 2.
it's not defense.
Averaged 15 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists for the series. But the Finals MVP went to Cedric Maxwell, who led the Celtics in scoring with 18 points per game. And when everybody already saw the new Green Dynasty, 2 bad years ensued. Despite Bird's all-around excellence and McHale's improvement, they once again were the #1 seed in the East. Bird was the All-Star Game MVP, but Philadelphia retaliated for a close defeat in the Eastern Finals. And this time, they won in 7 games. The year after, the Celtics regressed even more, finishing as a 3rd seed and getting swept in the 2nd round by the Milwaukee Bucks. After that, Coach Bill Fitch resigned and was replaced by Casey Jones, who won 8 titles in the Bill Russell era as a player. The change bore fruit. The team was refreshed with the young shooter
I
Danny
hate these
Ainge.
shorts. I'm sorry, y'all, but I really hate this shit. This shit, I can't do it, bro. I can't wear shorts. I don't even like when hoopers today wear shorts like, you know, like right here. Like, if it's like right here, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? If it's like right here, slightly above the knee, it's cool. But like up here and all thigh area, like it's just not it, bro. I don't know how they was wearing this shit. Like they wearing fucking drawers out there.
And veteran point guard Dennis Johnson, and played the best basketball in the NBA, finishing with a 62-20 record. After 3 years of coming in second, Larry Bird finally won the regular season MVP with 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 6.6 assists on average. The Celtics steamrolled to the finals, where a known foe awaited. It was, of course, Magic and the Lakers. The title was decided in Game 7, where Larry Bird led the Celtics to their 15th NBA. The title, where a known foe awaited. It was, of course.
So you can interview people again, and you can interview them with your shirt off, right? You can interview players with their shirt off, but they can't go shoot and warm up without their shirt on. You coming in to interview us with our shirts off, or we getting ready and shit, but we can't go warm up and shoot on the court. Makes sense.
Magic and the Lakers. The title was decided in Game 7, where Larry Bird led the Celtics
Professionalism,
to their 15th
right?
NBA title. Bird was named the Finals MVP, and he finally had his revenge over Magic,
Okay.
who defeated him in the NCAA Finals of 1979. The following season, the Celtics were even better in the regular season. Bird repeated as MVP, and McHale repeated as the 6th man of the year.
Okay.
They got to the finals again, with the same opponent. After the Celtics won Game 1, 148-114, in a game that was dubbed the Memorial Day Massacre.
Damn, I didn't
it
know
seemed
they
like
was
the Celtics were going to dominate
scoring
the
148
Lakers and
back
repeat
then.
as champions. However, the Lakers had other plans, and especially Kareem was determined to defeat the Celtics. Kareem averaged 25.7 points, 9 rebounds, and 5.2 assists in 6 games, on 60% shooting. And the Lakers have finally won the NBA Finals against the Celtics for the first time in 9 tries. 1986, the greatest Celtics team ever and the pinnacle of Bird's career. After the finals loss, Auerbach made another clever move. He traded Cedric Maxwell to the Clippers for Bill Walton, once one of the most talented centers in the league, who accepted the role of a 6th man on the Celtics, while Kevin McHale moved to the starting lineup. The Celtics won 50 out of 51 home games that year, which is a record that still stands and likely will never be broken. Larry Bird experienced the absolute peak of his game and basketball brilliance in 85-86. He deservedly won another MVP and became the only player other than Wilt and Bill Russell to win the award in 3 straight seasons. The 85-86 season birthed several games that proved the endless basketball genius of Larry Bird, and most notable is the left-handed game. Before the game against Portland, Bird surprised his teammates and journalists by saying that he would shoot the whole game with his left hand because he wanted to motivate himself for a relatively meaningless regular season game. How much did he score? Just 47 points,
47 on left-hand shots. 47 on left-handed shots. I need to see the footage, man. Obviously, this is real. That happened, but I want to see the footage. Like he shot every bruh. I'm over here stuttering and shit. That's how I'm surprised by this shit. He shot all I'm talking every last shot that every basket he made was with the left hand, and he scored 47.
Relatively meaningless regular.
Well, so he did he hold on, but I mean, I'm not gonna downplay it, but okay, he said meaningless regular season game against the Portland Trailblazers, or were they Portland back then, whatever. But why was it meaningless? Like, were they trash? Wasn't Drexler? Well, when did Drexler get on this team? I don't. Y'all gotta excuse me, man. Like I said, I'm 24. I'm learning still. I think Donald Drexler was always. If you play him on 2K, he's on the all-time Trailblazers list. What the fuck is this doing in the video? But yeah, I gotta see footage.
The whole game with his left hand because he wanted to motivate himself for a relatively meaningless regular season game. How much did he score? Just 47 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists with a game-winning shot, and 22 points scored with his left hand out of sheer boredom and fun. And those are
22 of the okay. I was about to say he scored all 47 with his left hand. That's still great though. 22. That's still amazing.
That, he also scored a career-high 60 points on the Atlanta Hawks earlier in the season. Almost everything he put up toward the basket went in. He got into such a zone that the Hawks bench jumped off their chairs and cheered.
Yep, we saw this in the last video.
They received hefty penalties from the Hawks coach, Mike Fratello. Throughout the game, the commentator noted that what he was watching was the biggest shooting exhibition in basketball history. And at the time, it truly was. The Celtics won 67 games in the regular season and lost just one game in the playoffs on their way to the finals. There, they would be greeted by the Twin Towers of Houston, Ralph Sampson, and Hakeem Olajuwon, who defeated the Lakers in the West Finals. But nobody could touch the Celtics that season, who were one of the most talented teams ever assembled.
Left hand.
2 rebounds and 3
There he go with the haircut. I told y'all the white boys, the raw white boys got that haircut, bro.
Won his second Finals MVP. Final years, injuries, and the Dream Team. In 1987, the Celtics had a very difficult season. Their number 2 pick, Len Bias, tragically passed away after the draft, and they suffered many
the fuck? What happened?
Injuries during the season and the playoffs. But Larry Bird was too good, and they still advanced to the finals after 2 7-game series against the Bucks and the Bad Boy Pistons, where Bird made one of the most legendary plays and stole the inbounds pass from Isaiah Thomas.
We saw this in the last video.
Crucial Game 5 for the Celtics. And in the finals again, it was the Lakers for the 3rd time in 4 years. Because LA was much more rested coming to the finals, the Celtics did not have enough gas in the tank to stop the fast-paced showtime. Bird delivered another 24, 10, and 5 for the series, but it wasn't good enough, and Magic got the best of him once again.
So it wasn't, back then it wasn't too many people really getting, except when Jordan came, guys getting 30, like 28 to 30 a game, like throughout the year. Because I haven't heard Larry Bird average, I think the highest I heard so far is 24. He averaged 30 in college, which is great. And I want to say this because I know people like to compare eras. Clearly, if I watch the 80s game right now, I probably will see more of them playing through the big man and stuff, more dribbling with their back to the ball, like this and shit like that. Obviously, it's not as skilled. And it's not supposed to be as skilled. You know why? Because theirs was first. This is first. The skilled get how players are beat, bop, 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 and really can just come AI, Allen Iverson crossover. All that is going to came because of this. We wouldn't have what we have now if it wasn't for what we saw back then. So obviously if you put a point guard back then against a Steph Curry today, obviously you know who's going to have the advantage. But also, they say it was a physical game. They say they would have fucked Steph up back then. You know, I don't know, because me personally, I'm not a fan of clotheslining and playing fake defense. Play legitimate defense, move your feet, hands up, close out, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I fuck with. I'm not with the trying to injure, like that Bad Boys Pistons shit, trying to fucking injure and kill Michael, literally try to hurt the Nick, like literally try to hurt Michael Jordan. I'm not with that. That wasn't, granted, I'm not taking away from that win. You still smoked his ass for 3 straight years. But I'm just saying, I'm with real defense, not that fouling, hacking, trying to break somebody's leg shit, bro. Play real defense.
Next year, Bird had maybe one of the best statistical
That's a
years
tough
of his
shot.
career.
Let's
He
hear it.
averaged 30 points on 50.
I take that back. I just said Michael Jordan, except for Michael Jordan, I haven't heard somebody averaging at least 28 to 30. I take it back. So if you, I already know y'all ready to comment. Y'all ready to comment. I already took it back. So go ahead and try.
40 and 90 shooting, a feat he achieved the previous year as well, proving that he's the best shooter who ever played at the time. The Celtics reached the conference finals, but it would be their last hurrah as the Pistons finally got over the hump and managed to beat them. In the offseason, Bird sustained a severe back injury from chopping wood back home in Indiana. He was one of the best basketball players in the...
Damn, Bird. We the number one thing I really feel bad for players is when you get hurt doing something outside of basketball. Outside, I remember I jumped from one stair. It was like one stair up here, then 3, 4, 5 stairs down. Like literally hella, like not even a big jump at all. I jumped one time. I felt some manly shit in my groin. I said, what the fuck? I was so mad. I was getting ready to go to a hoop run and everything. I was still hooping seriously on the college team at this time too. I'm like, God damn, bro. The worst thing to do is to get hurt doing something outside of basketball, outside of football. My man's injured his back chopping wood. I know chopping, that shit look fun as hell. I wish, hopefully I get the opportunity to do that one day. But now they say he was never the same after that. On a previous video that I watched, I didn't react to that video. I didn't put that video on you. I didn't record myself. I watched that shit. I watched that on my own on YouTube. You know, I actually be watching these videos. I don't always, react. Well, I react, but I don't always record myself reacting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching it on my phone. Oh, shit. You know, they say he was never the same after that injury. And it's fucked up. Well, I didn't know how he got hurt, but they just said he hurt his back and he was never the same. But it's so messed up to see any athlete get hurt. Like if he got hurt playing basketball, like he fell on his back hard, that's one thing. But getting hurt doing something that had nothing to do with the game, it's one of the most, like, you damn near feel for them. Like, damn, bro, I wish that didn't happen.
A world who had millions of dollars, but he was still the hick from French Lick, who chopped his own wood when he needed to, and I respect him even more for that. The back injury and surgery on both Achilles tendons caused him to miss almost the entire 88-89 season. However, even debilitated, Bird was better than most players in the league, and despite needing to stretch for more than 2 hours to be able to run, he was still very productive.
It was that bad?
He was named an All-Star each of the last 3 seasons, along with some memorable performances, like a game in the 1991 playoffs where he suffered a concussion, but then pulled a Willis Reed and came back to the game, scored 17 points in the second half, and won the series for the Celtics. Unfortunately, the toll on his body was getting too much to bear, and he ended his career in 1992, when he finally became teammates with his good friend Magic Johnson on the Dream Team. Bird flew off into the sunset with the gold in Barcelona, retiring as the best small forward and the best shooter to ever play. Legacy: trash-talking god, top 10 player ever. One of the most famous Larry Bird trash-talking stories is from the 1986 three-point shooting contest, when the legend walked into the locker room and asked all the other participants who's coming in second after him. Of course, he went on and swished near every three-pointer and won, all without taking his jacket off. Bird would win the three-point shooting competition the next 2 years as well, and before Reggie Miller came along, there was no argument who's the best shooter ever. On the 26th of December 1990, Indiana's Chuck the Rifleman Person said he's going bird hunting before the Celtics game. Indiana's Chuck the Rifleman Person...
The haircuts in the 80s, man, the 90s, man, I tell you. Whew.
Said he's going bird hunting before the Celtics game. Bird replied that he'd got a Christmas present for him. And while Chuck was on the bench, Bird got the ball in the corner, just in front of the Pacers bench. He hit the jump shot, turned to Chuck, and said Merry effing Christmas. And that's who Larry Bird was, and how he talked. He was the ultimate competitor, and he had all the skills in the world to back it up. He'd tell players where he would get the ball, what he was going to do, and then do it. And there was nothing they could do to stop him.
That shit, it just looks. That was in the last video. I can't get over that shit. You know how mad I'm gonna be if a defense. I'm not gonna show it on the court. Obviously, I don't want him to think he's doing something. But I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm gonna be running back on defense. He made that bullshit. That shit looks so ugly, bro.
The opposing team of putting a white guy to guard him because he felt that was disrespectful. If you watch Space Jam, you know that Larry isn't white. He's clear. Bird would drink half the bar under the table. Sometimes he'd fight people in the bar as well, and then go to the game the next day and dominate as if nothing happened. Bird was a unique player, and there was nobody like him. At first glance, his moves look almost clumsy, far from physically dominant or athletic. He rarely dunked, his vertical was average at best, and he never played exceptionally fast. From the neck down, in basketball terms, he was nothing special. From the neck up until the end of his fingertips, he was pure genius. There's no doubt that he would be a great player in today's era, where we can see players like Doncic and Jokic dominate the game without great physical talent. Bird was one of the top 10 players who ever played, and one of the best pure shooters ever. He was the best player in the NBA for almost an entire decade, despite the brilliance from Magic and the athleticism of Michael Jordan. And like Magic Johnson.
So when Jordan was in, so he was better than Jordan for a little bit. Is that what they saying? That's what he said. I don't know. I don't think a lot of players probably would agree with that, but
Johnson said, "There will never be another Larry Bird."
man. Anyways, man, if y'all like this video, y'all know what to do, man. Get this video to like 30 likes, bro. And I got another basketball video coming. I already got a couple of vids coming for y'all. A couple breakdown videos, kind of like the last video I just dropped. But yeah, man, like this video. Get this video to 30 likes. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all gonna be down below, all on the screen. Get at me on the gram, you know, get over there, follow me on the gram. You want to see the other side of me, other side of Bam vlog channel, short film channels, link in the description. Rest in peace to Kari, my grandma, both our grandmas, and I'm gone, man.